Hello and welcome. Today, I'm thrilled to have Dr. Divya Srivastav, who is a PhD in psychology, a PG in clinical psychology, and a consultant psychologist in Cloud9 and Medipulse. Dr. Divya doesn't just bring her expertise, but she also brings compassion to these conversations. With her years of experience of working with women, she understands the psychological impact of women in this transition of life. Together, we will dive deep into understanding the emotional and mental health well-being of women, how important it is in midlife other than just taking care of the physical health. And so women can feel more confident and they build more resilience and strengthen their relationships. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Divya Srivastav. Dr. Divya, welcome to the show. When we hear the word menopause, most of us immediately think of hot flashes. But why is it so important that we talk about the mental and emotional side of it?
Right. First of all, we don't talk about menstrual cycles or menopause. Even if we do, we only treat the physical symptoms and ignore what's going on in their heads. So, menopause is a massive life shift. Yes, your hormones are on a roller coaster, which messes with your mood. But also look at when this happened, midlife. You might be dealing with demanding teenagers, aging parents, and peak stress at your job. It's the perfect storm, and we have to talk about how heavy that feels.
Right. So is there a specific time when this mental health hits the hardest?
Yes, it's usually during premenopause. Those chaotic years right before your period actually stop. Your hormones are fluctuating widely and your brain is highly sensitive to those drops. It can make you feel really vulnerable to anxiety and sadness, almost like a really intense PMS that doesn't go away.
Right. That's so right. So let's talk about the hero of menopause, the brain fog. Many women feel that they are losing words, forgetting sentence midway, coming into a room and not remembering why they came in for. Is the menopause brain fog a real thing? We want to know from you.
It is 100% real. And it is not just in your head. Estrogen is like brain food. It helps us think fast and remember things. When estrogen drops, our brain literally slows down and a bit to adjust.
Yeah. So that sounds like terrifying for women who are used to being sharp, used to being on top of their game. So tell me more.
It is. And honestly, the worst part isn't forgetting the word. It's the panic that follows. A woman will freeze in a meeting and immediately think, no, is this the early Alzheimer? Just knowing that this is a totally normal, temporary part of menopause takes a huge weight off their shoulders.
Yeah. So let's talk about the mood swings, especially the anger part. Women describe it as the menopausal rage, the sudden anger that comes. Where does that come from?
Well, first of all, you probably exhausted, night sweats, ruin your sleep, and when you are chronically tired,
Right.
your patience drops to zero. Psychological, something really interesting is happening.
Oh, like what?
Women often spend decades putting everyone else first. People pleasing, caring of kids, keeping the pace. In middle life, a switch flips. The rage is often a woman finally unmasking her frustration and saying, I'm done settling. Instead of just trying to medicate the anger way, I love to ask my clients, what is the anger trying to tell you? Usually, it's telling them they need to start settling boundaries.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. We all have done that. We all are culprits. So how does this affect a woman that she should see herself, especially in a world which is so obsessed with staying young?
It's a tough hurdle. Society wrongly tells women that their value is tied to looking young and beautiful and most important, being able to have babies. Menopause closes the door on your reproductive years. Even if you never wanted kids, that can bring up grief. Big emotional goal during menopause is to stop caring so much about how society sees you and starts figuring out what you actually want and value for the second half of your life.
Absolutely, yes. And how does that spill over in their marriages and their romantic relationship? How does that impact?
It can cause a lot of friction. Physical changes can make intimacy uncomfortable, and if you are also feeling exhausted, moody, and unhappy with your body, you probably don't want to be touched. Partners often feel rejected while the woman just feels totally overwhelmed. The absolute best fix here is just talking about it openly, removing the pressure to have sex and finding other ways to stay connected.
So true, so true. I love that we are touching this part of mental health, physical health, and that the combination that it brings in marriage and relationships. So
Right.
for the listeners, for the women out there who are really struggling right now at what they can do about feeling better, so mentally, so what are your tips for them?
See, medication like HRT is great, but trust me, talking therapy is also incredibly powerful.
I
Like
agree.
CBT is amazing for this. It helps you stop like those spiraling negative thoughts. Like, believe it or not, calming your mind with CBT and deep breathing actually helps calm your nervous system, which can make your like hot flashes feel less intense.
So you mentioned this word CBT. Can you explain it for our audience? We are not familiar with this term.
Right, I'm sorry. It's cognitive behavior therapy. Like, it's like how do we reconstruct negative thoughts in a positive way?
Superb. That's incredible. So to wrap up, what is the best way a woman can change on how she sees herself at menopause?
It's not an ending. It's the beginning of a new phase of your life.
100%.
This is what I feel. Yes, premenopause is just chaotic and messy. But once you get through that transition, women often emerge with this incredible sense of freedom. You suddenly care ways less about what other people think. You know exactly who you are and you start putting your own peace first. It's actually a really powerful, liberating time of life.
Excellent. Yep, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Dr. Divya, for your wisdom, your insight, your practical guidance. And you know what? I think we should talk more about CBT in the next time when we meet, because this emotional and mental well-being in this transition of life is equally important as much as the physical health. Women need to understand that they need to give equal weightage to our mental health and emotional health, and that is where doctors like yourself come in, so that they can get the support and knowledge they need. Because to the women who are listening out there and they feel anxious and they are so confused and they think they are alone, guess what? We have support. We have amazing people like yourself who can make women understood, feel better, get better in their relationship, have more confidence, and thrive. So until next time, until we meet, take care of yourself, love yourself, be kind to yourself, and remember, we are here to thrive, not just survive. So thank you, Dr. Divya, for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.